Mental health, there are so many easy, achievable things that you can do for your mental health that people just don't do. It doesn't require you to stand up and walk and do all the active things that people always try to avoid and find excuses for. It's as simple as switching off your devices for half an hour to an hour every single day, or 15 to 20 minutes of meditation every single day. Hi guys, this is Stella Bella. Hi everyone, welcome back to the Hubie and Talent channel. This is Stella Bella. It's been a while since I've done a mindfulness mindset sort of video, and as we're coming into the new year, there's no better time to talk about setting your mind in the right space so that you can start off the new year the right way. So I've actually got a 3-part video series lined up for you guys that's all about setting yourselves up right for 2023 and also breaking some of those habits that might have been hindering your progress in the past that you weren't even aware of. Part 1 will be all about wrapping up the year that's just passed and the things that you can do to achieve a clean slate, a good start to 2023. So let's get started. Now, it doesn't matter if you're watching this before the year has started or if we're already into the new year. It doesn't matter because it's never too late to start. But the number one thing that you need to do, and you need to sort of make this a habit, maybe a monthly habit, eventually turning it into more of a fortnightly, weekly, and maybe even a daily habit. And that is to try to finish at least 1 to 3 big annoying tasks that you've been putting off for ages. So we all have one of those at least. Things that we know needs to get done, but they're just so either big and enormous of a task, mentally anyway, or it's just so tedious and boring or annoying that we just don't want to do it and we keep putting it off. Unfortunately, when we put things off, they never truly disappear. It's still in the back of our minds and it's still popping up regularly to stress us out, right? So just because you don't do it yet, just because you don't think about it now, just because you push it until later when you have time to think about it, eventually it creeps back up to you, usually in the most inopportune time, and causes more stress than you need at that point in time. Come up with a list of those tasks and pick something from that list to finish off before the new year, before the next month. No excuses about not having enough time, not having enough space, not having enough motivation. Just set aside time to do it and finish it. Chances are, after you do that big, huge task that you've been avoiding, you realize that 1, it's not as scary as you thought it was. It wasn't as hard as you thought it was. And 2, it's such a huge weight lifted off your shoulders that you might actually be keen to finish off some of the other tasks that you've been avoiding. Number 2, have a look at your finances, and if you haven't already, start some sort of a savings plan. So I'm talking about just putting a little bit of money away each week or each paycheck, and don't ever touch it, don't look at it, don't think about what you can do with it, just put it away. Every single time, keep it consistent, keep it something that is small enough that you can do regularly and it won't stress you out. Make sure you don't do it with a plan in mind for what you're going to do with that money. Because a lot of the times when people try to save money for a specific thing, when they reach that goal, they'll spend all of that money, whether or not they need that specific thing or not. Or sometimes right before they reach that goal, they'll find something else that they want to spend that money on. The idea of doing this is so you can put away money automatically, set up as a direct deposit, automatic deposit every time you get paid, and set it up with your bank so you don't have to physically do anything. And because you're not planning on spending it for anything in particular, you're not looking at it, and it will grow naturally. A lot of things grow naturally and in the best way possible when it's not influenced or affected by human behavior, surprisingly. So if you just don't think about it, don't look at it, don't touch it, it will grow. And when you eventually do need that fund for something serious, something major, or maybe even just to spoil yourself a little, you'll look at that fund and you'll be surprised at how big it's gotten without you even paying attention. So start a little savings plan or a savings habit that you don't focus on that you do automatically and consistently. Number 3, this might be a hard one for some of you, especially something to do by the new year or at the start of the new year. But let go of at least one toxic person in your life that's been doing you more harm than good. Now, if you're lucky and you haven't got anyone like that in your life and you're being truly honest with yourself, then great. You are one of the lucky few people in the world who have picked your circle correctly. But if you're like the majority of the population who somewhere down the path of life have come across some people that have just stuck by and you don't really vibe with them, they've been hurting you, or their energy does not mesh well with yours, but you've had trouble finding a way to remove them from your life, now is the time. Now, some of these people might be really close to you. It could be a really close friend, family member, or even someone who's very, very close to you, like a partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife. I think a lot of us, when we deal with toxic people, deep down, we know there is an issue there and we know that they are toxic and that they shouldn't be in our lives. But removing them from your life is a much harder and bigger task than just dealing with them some of the time. But if that person is causing you or has been causing you a lot of mental and emotional stress, that person has changed the person that you once were for the worse. They're causing you consistent issues. They haven't contributed in any positive way in your life that's worth mentioning or that's worth the trouble that they have caused. Really consider distancing yourself, or at the very least, sitting down with them and having a conversation to see if there are any changes that could be made. If you feel that this person is worthwhile to keep in your life, but there are just some issues that's always wearing you down, you don't want to go into the new year or any year with that. Nobody has time for that. We're all too busy to have toxic people in our lives, right? So if you're always coming across the same issues with the same person and it's a relationship you want to salvage, sit them down for a serious chat and see if anything can be salvaged. And if not, start distancing yourselves. If it's a person that you could care less if they were in your lives anyway, but it's just always there, then start distancing yourself anyway. Don't be at their beck and call, avoid being in the same place at the same time, and don't feel the need to invite them to things that you have control over. Either proactively choose to remove them from your life by speaking with them honestly and truthfully, or if they're not even that close in the first place, then distance yourself wisely and subtly. And as tough as it may be now, letting go of that toxic person will serve you much better in the long run. Number 4, adopt at least one healthy habit for yourself physically and one healthy habit mentally. Try to start small with maybe 2 or 3 things to see how you go. If you're one of those people that takes forever to develop a habit, or it's really hard for you to be consistent, then start with just one small, easy thing that you can adopt to just better your health. One that's physical and one that's mental. Pick something that has a little bit more substance and is measurable. So rather than just saying, I'm going to drink a bit more water and just stay hydrated, actually put a number on it. How much water are you going to drink a day? Get yourself something that will tell you. Get yourself one of those nice, cool water bottles that have the measurements on there. And you know that if you drank 2 of those a day, then that's you reaching your goals and actually ticking off that habit. It's important to set yourself something that's realistic and achievable. Instead of setting the goal of going to the gym 3 times a week consistently, and you haven't been for the last 3 years, how about just a gentle walk around the block to begin with? Give yourself a less daunting task to slot into your already busy life. Likewise, mental health. Mental health, there are so many easy, achievable things that you can do for your mental health that people just don't do. It doesn't require you to stand up and walk and do all the active things that people always try to avoid and find excuses for. It's as simple as switching off your devices for half an hour to an hour every single day, or 15 to 20 minutes of meditation every single day. Or you can even kill 2 birds with 1 stone, and while you're doing your physical activity, like going for a walk in the park, at the same time leave your devices switched off so you can do both. You can work on your physical health and your mental health. But these 2 things, physical, mental health, they are the most important things that you should be focusing on. So for those of you who are trying to say, oh, work is too important, I have too many things going on, I have too many commitments, I have to make money, I have to do this, I have to do that. Without your physical and mental health, you're not able to achieve any of those things. So work on that first and build a good foundation, especially going into the new year. Set yourselves right physically and mentally so that whatever the new year throws at you, good or bad, you'll be in the right physical and mental form to handle or celebrate it. Okay guys, so that is part 1 done of how to kickstart your 2023 the right way so that you can achieve success. Now, part 2 is going to be about goal setting. Not specifically New Year's resolutions, because like I said, I don't believe in those, but goal setting the right way so that you can achieve success. Keep your eye out for part 2, which is coming next. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope today's video has helped you, especially going into the new year. I don't know about you guys, but for me, 2022 has been insane and so many changes, so many ups and downs. And I've found that a lot of the methods that I'm sharing with you in this 3-part series have really been the reasons why I've not broken down mentally or physically. So I hope that they help you as well. And if you've got any feedback, any suggestions, any tips of your own that you use, please share them, comment down below. I'm always up for new strategies to help make everything work better in general. Please make sure to follow us as well. Hubian Talents, Hubian Agency. We're on social media. We're on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Make sure to click like, subscribe, follow to stay updated on all of our new content. And follow me on social media as well. I'm under stellabella.au and I'm on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. Drop me a message, especially if this video was helpful today. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you all have an amazing week, amazing new year, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.
Have you ever spilled your coffee on your keyboard and been left in a panic as it stopped working with an urgent task due? Deskin has the solution. Using Deskin, your mobile can be your computer and mouse to control your entire computer. Simply install Deskin to both your computer and mobile phone so you are prepared for any future keyboard problems. Get your exclusive access now here in Hubian Shop and use code HUBDESK10 to get your 10% discount now.